Welcome everybody to the softball field outside the Yale Elementary School, right near Superintendent Dr. Joseph Baeda's office. It's Norton taking on Bellingham. Give you the defensive lineups for Norton in just a second. Leading off, Cerrone, number 6, also playing shortstop for Bellingham today. She'll be facing Danubio, her battery mate Parocchio. Strike one, swing and a miss. You can hear that glove pop. Danubio looks in, lets it fly. Strike two, quickly ahead, 0-2. Here in the top of the first, beautiful day. Little warm, said cameraman Jameson Haig, who, along with David Bowie, doing the game for NortonMediaCenter.org. Strike three, one down. Boom, 1, 2, 3, no messing around for Danubio. It's going to bring up Clinton, number 14 in your program, playing second base today for Bellingham, batting second. That one high and away for ball. All right. Well, after the first half inning, Danubio quickly with a K got into a jam, made a nice play, throw out a runner at the plate, and struck out Houston with the bases loaded. Now Danubio will lead off, followed by Donahue and Tinkham. Anyone gets on Robitaille to face Houston. Her battery mate is Hall. Nice swing there, but fouled back for strike one. Coach Matt Kirkle, along with assistant Janet Jolly, has the Norton team at 2-0 in the early going of the season. Houston looks in. She rocks. That's low. 1-1 to the leadoff batter for the Lancers. Beautiful day for softball. A little warm, maybe. Nice shot there. Good play by Houston on the hot shot back to the mound on Danubio. Danubio out 1-3 for the first out. She hit it right on the button, but a nice play by the pitcher for Bellingham. Throws over to her first baseman, Musiak. Donahue up now, batting from the left side. Starting shortstop today. Ball high. Tinkham on deck. That's low. Ball two. As usual, everything looking fine here at the fields at the school. The grounds crew and, of course, athletic director Aaron Sumner, under the tutelage of Principal Ethan Dolman and Vice Principal Amy Brenner. Strike one. And, of course, as we said earlier, Dr. Joseph Baeda, and we're just outside his office here with a good crowd on hand. That's ball three. 3-1 to Donahue. Coach Kirkle down at third, giving the signals. Coach Jolly at first. That's low. So Donahue draws the walk. Gonna bring up Tinkham. Tinkham started at first base today. Avery, number 34, her favorite number. Got into that one. That's a line shot. Almost a nice catch by the center fielder, but a base hit to center. But Tinkham moves Donahue to second. Nice play by Kamen out there in center field. Just couldn't quite get to it. And it's going to bring up Robitaille. Robitaille started DH. Parocchio on deck. Big swing that drives foul. Strike one. To number 33 in your program. Houston looks in. Rocks and fires. Ball one outside. Houston rocks again. That's low. Two and one. The cleanup hitter for Norton. Houston looks in. That's low also. 3 and 1. So hitters count here for Robitaille. You've got Donahue on third. Take him at first. So runners at the corners. And we're in a batter's count. Robitaille would like to put a charge into one here. And she does. Oh, almost a nice catch by the left fielder. Tinkham on her way to third. And in the second. No, she's going to keep on going. So look, the official scorer going to give Robitaille a 2-run double. As Norton takes the early lead, 2-0. This is going to bring up Parocchio. He started catching today. Dufresne on deck. One down here in the bottom of the first. Big swing and a miss. That goes by, and down to third goes Robitaille. Houston rocks, fires. That's high and away. 1 and 1. Bellingham coached by Courtney Parker and assisted by Devin Woodman. That one sails. Parocchio digs in. Big swing. Scoots by the catcher. Here comes Robitaille, and she makes it. So Norton with 3 big runs here in the bottom of the first. Take a 3-0 lead. A little hard luck for pitcher Houston. Would have been 2 nice catches, but it could have been possible for left and center to make them. There's ball 1 to Dufresne. Portnova. Parocchio still at full count. Dufresne on deck. Portnova will follow. That's over here. Be a nice catch. Just over the third baseman's head. Savage made a nice attempt on it. Couldn't quite come up with that one. That would have been an outstanding catch if she could have got to it. Sun going behind the clouds. Now over to the right side. Let's see. It's fair ball. Base hit for Parocchio. It's going to bring up Dufresne. Putting over on deck. Still 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Houston working with her catcher Hall. Turns, fires. There's a strike. Down to second. Nice throw there. And just beating the throw was Parocchio. Nice throw there by catcher Hall. Right on the money. Now Houston looks in. Rocks. That's low. Dufresne digs in. Houston stares in for the sign. And now rocks. Swing and a miss. Houston trying to limit the damage here for Bellingham. Swing and a miss. So second out of the inning And it'll bring up Portnova, put Silva in the on-deck circle. That's high and away, ball one. Portnova's starting at third base today for the Lancers. Swing and a miss. 1-1. So Norton with a really tremendous softball program, and these youngsters down here continuing the tradition. Oh, and Portnova takes one on the hip. So hit by pitch, she'll draw first base. He runners at first and second for Silva. Silva starting in right field today for Norton. Zolik on deck. There's a strike as Houston pumps that one in there. 0-1 to Silva. Looks down at Kirkle. Fouls that one off. 0-2. Houston rocks. Swing and a miss. Strike three. So that's the end of one. But Norton comes up with three big runs. They leave two. But after one, it's Norton 3, Bellingham nothing. All right, it'll be Hall, Savage, and Noonan in the top of the second. Looks like it's going to be a foul ball right here to the camera for strike one. Hall, starting catcher for Bellingham. Savage, Noonan, anyone gets on, it'll be Cerrone. So Norton up 3-0 after one. Danubio pitched well in the first, got in a jam, but got out of it. Made a nice defensive play on her own, throwing the runner out at the plate, throwing to her battery mate Perucchio. 1-1 to Hall. That's low. 2-1. And the number 7 batter for Bellingham. Nice pitch there. Danubio brings it in to even the count. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. So another strikeout for Danubio. And that's 3 here in the early going. Savage, third baseman for Bellingham, batting second in the inning. It's a rocket down the left field line. That's fair ball. Scooped up by Silva, who throws into her shortstop, Donahue. Over to the second baseman, Dufresne, and back to her pitcher. So quickly retrieved and right back in. But Savage with a solid single down the third base line. It's going to bring up Noonan, left fielder. That's high and tight. Ball one. Cerrone on deck. Strike one, 1-1. It's a number one. It's up there. Nice backhanded play by Donahue, but no play. Infield base hit for Noonan. Sends Savage to second. Will bring up the top of the order. Cerrone. Starting shortstop. 0 for 1. That one sails on Danubio. Ball one. There's a strike. Danubio pumps that one right in there. 1-1. Next one there, Donahue scoops it up, fires to first. Dinkum hauls it in for out number 1. So 2 down, runners move up on the fielder's choice. Nice play there by the shortstop. Number 10, Donahue. There's a strike right at the knees to Clinton. Clinton walked. Was thrown out on that play by Parocchio to, well, excuse me, from Danubio to Parocchio at the plate. That one gets away, scoops over, but runner scores. So Savage scores, Noonan to third on the pass ball. Makes the score 3-1. Norton leading still here in the second. And Clinton ready. Danupio rocks, fires just outside. Danupio gets ready, rocks, fires. That one sails on her. 3-1 to Bellingham's second baseman. That one sails, gets away from Parocchio, throws to the plate. Another run scores. As Noonan comes in, cuts the lead to 1. Clinton goes down the first. It'll bring Kamen up. Playing center field. She also walked in the first inning. Muzak on deck. There's a shot out to right field. And this one might be extra bases. It is. And here comes the tying run. Clinton scores on the RBI double by Kamen. And we've got a tie score. Music up. Had a base hit back in the first. Anderson on deck. 2 down here, top of the second. A little inside. Ball 1. That one's a little high and maybe outside. 2-0 to Bellingham's first baseman. Another one. Nice play for Parocchio to keep it in front, but down the third goes Kamen. 3-0 to Muzak. That's low. So that'll put runners at the corner with 2 down for Anderson. Grounded to Anderson, grounded to Danubio, who threw out the runner at the plate. So fielder's choice in her one at bat so far for the right fielder. There's a strike from Danubio. So grooves that one. 0-1. Down the second goes Muzak. So runners at second and third. 2 down here. Top of the second. We're all tied at 3. There's a strike there. Unhittable pitch. And a nice one there by Danubio. Tried to get her to chase, but nothing doing. 1-2. Danubio stares down, putting over at third. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So gets out of the inning on the strikeout. We played 1.5. They're all tied at 3. All right, it'll be Nozolek, Hoffman, and Tharp. Anyone gets on, top of the lineup with Danubio. Ball 1 to face Houston. We got a new ball game now, bottom of the second, all tied up. Norton scored 3 quick ones in their first. Houston strike 1-1. Then Bellingham came back with 3 in their half of the second. Norton's left fielder. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Houston stares in, rocks. Called, strike 3 on the corner for out number 1. So that'll bring up Hoffman. Started in center field for the Norton Town team. Tharp on deck. Tried the bunt attempt for strike 1. Coach Kirkle going over and giving some signals to his center fielder, number 4. Tries it again. Oh, and it just spins foul. I could see why. Hoffman has some good speed. She flew down first base line. Easily would have been to first. But now it's 0-2. She's got to swing away here. As the clouds have started to roll in. Ball. Oh, maybe a little outside there. 1-2 to Hoffman. 1 down here in the bottom of the second. That one shoots down and it's foul. Down the first base line. Count remains at 1-2. Strike 3 called. So back-to-back Ks for Houston. It'll bring up Tharp. Extra hitter starting the game. Houston rocks. That one's high and away. Ball 1. Nubio on deck. Houston looks in. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-1. So Houston has settled down here in the bottom of the second. That one looks like it's fouled off and hauled in. Fouled out. 2 the first baseman for out number 3. We've got 2 in the books. It's all tied up at 3. All right, top of the third. It'll be Houston, Hall, and Savage. Anyone gets on, Noonan. Ball 1 from Danubio. Houston 0 for 1. One of Danubio's strikeout victims. At the knees. Strike 1, 1-1. That shot out to center field. It gets by the center fielder. Got right back in quickly by Hoffman to hold Houston to a single, leadoff single here in the third. It's going to bring up Hall. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Down the second goes Houston. Oh, another one of, I guess it was a foul tip, said the umpire. Back to first. 0-1 to the Bellingham catcher. Another one of Danubio's strikeout victims. 0-2 quickly. She fouls it back. Savage on deck. She'll be followed by Noonan. And then we go to the top of the lineup. That's over the foul. Hauled in. by third baseman Nozelik in foul territory for out number 1. Nice play there by the third baseman. It's going to bring up Savage. She's a single and scored a run in the second inning. Swing and a miss as Danubio reaches back for a little something extra there. There's a line shot to left field. Excuse me, that third baseman that made that out for Norton was Portnova. Zelik in left. Hauls that in. Runners at first and second after the base hit. Runners move up. Second and third. Noonan. She had a base hit and scored in the second also for Bellingham. That one's high and away. Cerrone on deck. There's a nice pitch by Danubio for strike. 2-1. All 3 low. 3-1. Danubio does a little groundskeeping on the mound, turns and fires. Ball 4, so bases will be loaded for Cerrone, leadoff hitter. 1 out here, top of the third. Danubio trying to get out of this jam. Oh, and she hits Cerrone, and that'll bring in a run. Runners move up, so bases remain loaded. 1 run in. As Bellingham takes a 4-3 lead, it'll bring up Clinton. Clinton scored a run back in the second. Been on base twice. Coach Parker giving instructions. Coach Kirkle talking to his pitcher. And now we're ready to go. So Danubio just got to settle down here. There's a strike. 0-1. Bellingham, second baseman, fouls that one off. 0-2. Danubio could use this strikeout here. Stares in. This will be a huge out. Tries the off-speed stuff. Clinton lays off. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, a huge out for Norton. So 2 down now, Kamen up. She had a big RBI double back in the second. And Danubio trying to pitch out of this jam with just a little bit of damage. Ball 1 inside. Uzak on deck. That one sails on her, 2-0. So hitters count here at 2-0. Bases loaded. That one sails, comes quickly back off the backstop. Perucchio with a nice play. Quickly gets it to her pitcher. But 3-0 here on the number 3 batter in Bellingham's lineup. Bellingham threatening. The leading 4-3 here in the top of the third. There's a swing and a miss on a hard fastball by Danubio. She could use 2 more of those. There's one. Boy, she can really bring it. 3-2 now. Bases loaded, 3-2, 2 down here. Strike 3 called. Wow. So Danubio pitches out of the jam with just a little bit of damage. Could have been worse. With play 2.5, it's 4-3 Bellingham. All right, we're back. Third inning. Top of the lineup, Danubio takes strike one. Should have hot shot back to the pitcher in the first. Nice play by Houston. Still on the mound. Goes down low. That's going to be trouble. And a base hit. So Danubio leads off the third. The way you want your leadoff batter to do it. Gets on first. It's going to bring up Donahue. Donahue walked and scored a run back in the first. One of the 3 runs that Norton has. Batting from the left side. Starting shortstop. Ball 1 as it sails on Houston. Danubio with a big lead, and she's off as they throw behind her. Cardinal sin. Danubio with the heads-up play takes second. So runner in scoring position. She represents the tying run here in the bottom of the third. Donahue trying to bring her in. That's low. Ball 2. And third base goes Danubio. Norton trying to get that run in, tie things up here. It's going to be just out of the reach of Savage, the third baseman. Houston looks in. Rocks and fires. Oh, perfectly placed. That's going to be a base hit and an RBI. We're all tied up here as Donahue brings in Danubio. And it'll bring up Tinkham. Tinkham had a solid base hit and scored a run. Number 3 batter in the lineup takes ball 1. Houston rocks. Outside, says the umpire, 2-0. So Tinkham in a batter's count here, Avery. Starting first baseman today for Norton. 3-0, good eye there. You got Robitaille on deck. Had a booming 2 RBI double back in the first. So swings there, and that's going to be another base hit for Tinkham. Donahue doesn't stop, goes to third and heads up there. Tinkham takes second. So 2 runners in scoring position again for Robitaille with 1 run in. Robitaille, the cleanup hitter. This is what Coach Kirkle and Coach Jolly would like her to do. Clean this up, bring in those 2 runners from second and third. That's low and inside, ball 1. Perucchio on deck. Still nobody out here. Bottom of the third. Swing and miss on the high fastball. That's tough to lay off of. Looks so good coming in, but it's hard to hit. 1-1 to Robitaille. Digs in, gets ready. Now Houston. She fires. That's outside. 2-1. Houston trying to get out of this jam here. Just under it. That's going to be fouled off and just miss SUV coming. I think they saw it coming. Were able to stop just in time. That would not have been a fun afternoon for them. So 2-2 to Robitaille. Trying to get those runners in from second and third. Both Donahue and Tinkham singled. Just fouls that off, but stays alive. That was a tough pitch by Houston. Robitaille doing some nice bit of hitting there. Fouls that one off to stay alive. Just reaches out. High fly ball, hauled in. Goes back to tag. Here's the throw to the plate. Called safe at the plate. So Donahue scores on the sacrifice fly. Tinkham goes to third. One down, 2 runs in. Tinkham at third for Parocchio. She had a single back in the first. That's low, ball 1. That was a good throw by Anderson out in right field. Just couldn't quite get there. Donahue went around the tag. That's low, ball 2, 2-0. Now Tinkham in a rundown. They make a mistake, and she scores. So it looked like she might have been in a little bit of trouble. Made a nice move there and scores the run. So 3 runs in here in the third. 6-4 now. Norton in the lead. That's fouled off. Got Dufresne here on deck. 1 out here, bottom of the third. There's a strike. 2-2 to Parocchio. That's low. Count runs full. And after Dufresne, it'll be Portnova. Houston rocks. That's foul right here to the camera. Count remains full. Houston looks in. Gets her sign. Rocks and fires. There's a hot shot to short. Scooped up. Nice play there. Let's see. Beats the throw. An infield hit. Nice play by Cerrone there. Parocchio showing the wheels. Has an infield hit. It's going to bring up Dufresne. Started a second base for Norton today. Portnova on deck. There's a strike at the knees. Oh, and 1. Still only 1 out here. Bottom of the third. Strike 2. Nice pitch by Houston there. That's a tough one. Oh, and 2. Swing and a miss. Let's see. Gets by. Throw down to first for the out. What was the out anyways, as first base was occupied? So 2 down. It'll bring up Portnova. Silva will be on deck. The umpire going over something with Coach Kirkle. A runner can run on a third strike that's missed, but the runner, or the batter, is out, and when first base is occupied, they cannot go to first. So the umpire is going to help out the youngster with calling her out. Can't run. Not sure about that rule there, what he's going over, but it looks like we've got either 3 outs or they're explaining something. Let's see. So that's 3 outs. So we've got 3 in the books. Norton picks up 3. So we're after 3. It's 6-4. Lancers. All right, we're back. So we're pretty sure that the runner was off of first when they threw down and tagged her. So it was strikeout, tag out at first, and that's why we're out of the inning. So it'll be Muzak, Anderson, and Houston to face Danubio here in the 4th. Strike called. Muzak has reached base twice on a walk and a base hit. Danubio. That one sails. Danubio. Oh, on the corner. Well, Danubio does not want to let this leadoff batter get on. Reaches out. It's in the right field. Almost got there, did Silva, but a base hit to lead off the 4th. Muzak will bring up Anderson. Anderson reached on a fielder's choice back in the 1st. Houston on deck. There's the throw down the 2nd. Oh, almost a nice play by Donahue there, but the ball did bounce. Muzak takes 2nd on a close play, stolen base. Danubio just blows that one by Anderson. Three and 1 to Anderson. Ball 4. So that'll put runners at 1st and 2nd for Houston. Houston had a base hit and scored a run back in the 3rd. But on the mound for Bellingham, there's a strike on the corner, outside corner. Strike 1. That one fouled off to the right for strike 2. Quickly ahead is Danubio. So you could use this strikeout. Presently she has 6 Ks. Tried to get a little something extra to get Houston to chase. Nothing doing. 1 and 2. That's low. Gets by. Runners are going to move up to second and third as the count runs to 2 and 2. That's outside. Full count. Don't want to lose her. All on deck. Followed by Savage. Strike on the corner. So 1 down there as Danubio gets a most apropos K. It's going to bring up Hall and put Savage on deck. Danubio trying to get out of this jam here in the top of the 4th. That's a little low. 1 and 0. Two and 0. Fouled back. 2 and 1. It's just a little high. It's going to count runs to 3 and 1. Well, really bringing the heat, but just a little off for ball 4. Now the base is loaded for Savage. Noonan on deck. Savage has 2 base hits and scored a run. So I want to be careful with her. Little low. 1 and 0. Danubio looks in. That's going to be foul over here. Just out of the reach of Portnova. 1 and 1 the count. One out here, top of the 4th, 6-4, but Bellingham threatening. There's a strike, 1 and 2. So Danubio could use one of her timely Ks, and she gets it. So now they need 1 more out to strand those runners. 2 down here, top of the 4th. On Danubio's 8th K. It's a little high, maybe outside. 1 and 0 to Noonan. She's a walk and a base hit and scored a run. That'll be top of the lineup if she can get on. There's a strike. Unhittable pitch by Danubio. 1 and 1. That one sails, goes to the backstop. Rucchio throws to her pitcher, but safely in is Muzak. Runners move up to second and third. Cuts the lead to 6-5. Norton still leading. Oh, just outside. 3 and 1 to Noonan. Oh, she thought about swinging but held up. I don't know how she did, but she draws the walk. That'll bring the top of the lineup in the person of Cerrone with the bases loaded. 2 down here. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Couple more of those by Danubio, and Norton will be out of this. There's 1. You need 1 more here. Reaches out, right field. And an outstanding catch by Silva to end the inning. Wow, with the bases loaded. So a little bit of damage. Bellingham does pick up one. We've played 3.5. It's 6-5. Norton. All right, we're back for the bottom of the fourth. It'll be Portnova, Silva, Nizelek with Hoffman and Tharp. Anyone gets on. Nova was hit by a pitch back in the first. We got a good one going here. 6-5. Norton clinging to the one-run lead. Swing, that's going to spin foul. 0-1. Norton starting third baseman. Strike two. Just caught the corner. 0-2. Reaches down. Let's see. It's foul. Count remain 0-2. Ball high and outside. 1-2. Portnova leading off here in the bottom of the fourth. It's a hot shot by the third baseman for a base hit. Portnova on. There was anything Savage could do with there. Did get her glove on it, but it was, as they say, the hot corner. That's why they call it the hot corner. Hot shot down there, and here comes Silva. Silva with an outstanding catch to end Bellingham's fourth inning. Stranding runners there. Outstanding. Saved her pitcher and her team as the bases were loaded. Reaches down there. That's going to be a base hit also. That's gonna, Silva gets to first. Portnova scoots around with her wheels, gets to third. So runners at the corner after back-to-back hits for Nizelek. Started in left field, and it's gonna put Hoffman in the on-deck circle. It's like Tinkham warming up. Swing and a miss. So Norton threatening again here in the bottom of the fourth. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Strike two. 0-2. Houston still on the mound here for Bellingham. She's pitched well. Strike three for out number one. 6th strikeout for Houston. It's going to bring up Hoffman. Houston looks in. She rocks and fires. That's low, ball one. One's going to be trouble. Scooped up by the shortstop, but an infield hit. We'll give her the RBI on that. Runners at first and second. 1 run in for Tharp. Oh, right back to Houston. Throws over to first for the double play. So heads up play there by the pitcher. Gets Hoffman off first. So we've played 4. But Norton picks up another run, a big one, and they go up 7-5 after 4. All right, we're back. It'll be Tinkham on the mound. She'll face Clinton, Kamen, and Muzak. See Danube over at third, strike 1 to Clinton here, leading off the 5th. We got a good one going here. It's 7-5 Norton. Clinton's been on base twice, scored a run. Kamen, follow, Music, anybody gets on. 2 strikes. Reminding everyone that this game brought to you by NortonMediaCenter.org. They bring you all your town meetings, community events. Strike 3. And all the local sports that they can handle. They're proud to be a member of the outstanding community of Norton. So Kamen up, has a big RBI double today, takes strike 1. So no messing around by Tinkham. She's just in throwing strikes. It's the southpaw. Just a little high and outside, 1-1. Muzak to follow. Anyone gets on. Anderson. There's a strike on the corner. 1-2. Looks in. Tinkham rocks, fires, and gets her to chase. Back-to-back strikeouts. It'll bring up Muzak. She's had a big day for Bellingham. 2 hits, a walk, scored a run. For the Bellingham first baseman. She takes that strike. That's a nasty pitch. You can't do anything with it. Outside corner at the knees. 0-1. She reaches out there. That may go foul. Let's see. It is 0-2. So a long strike. That's all it is. Put a charge into it. Down the right field line. 0-2. Just misses outside. 1-2. Tinkham fires. That one scooped up by Donahue. Throws over to first. Nice play there by the shortstop. 1-2-3 goes Bellingham. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Score remains 7-5 Norton. All right, we're back. Bottom of the 5th. Top of the lineup. Danubio, Donahue, and Tinkham. Danubio had a base hit, scored a run back in the 3rd. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. So Lance is trying to extend this presently 2-run lead, 7-5 leading. Tinkham came in and shut the door on Bellingham as they went down 1-2-3 for the first time today in their half of the 5th. Danubio ready. Houston still on the mound for Bellingham. Strike on the outside corner, and Danubio not too sure about that one. Looks down to Coach Kirkle. He said, just hang in there, let's go. Swing away to his leadoff batter and starting pitcher today. Pitched very well. A lot of strikeouts. Touches that one. That's going to be trouble. Scooped up by the shortstop, but scooting down there. So nice play there by Cerrone, but not going to get Danubio. She's too fast, and she gets the infield base hit. It's going to bring up Donahue. Donahue's played well and offensively and defensively. Scored 2 runs today, walking a hit and an RBI. That's low, ball 1. Danubio scoots down. Oh, it just beats the... Doesn't quite beat the throw. Called out by the umpire. Coach Kirkle asking for an explanation. umpire says no. So 2-6 for out number 1. Tinkham on deck. Houston rocks. That's the ball. Houston looks in. One down here, bottom of the 5th. Ball 4. So Donahue draws a walk. It'll bring up Tinkham. Tinkham 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and just blew away Bellingham in the last inning. Their half of the 5th. Avery 3 for 3 now with a solid base hit in the right center. Off to third goes Donahue. So runners at the corners for Robitaille. Robitaille has 3 RBIs today on a booming double and then a long fly ball to right field. Back in the 3rd, the double was in the 1st. So runners at the corners, for Robitaille. Takes ball 1. Tinkham easily takes second. That's ball. It's going to scoop by the catcher. Play at the plate. She's safe. That's a big run. Tinkham takes third. That makes the score 8-5. Norton in the lead. Big swing. That's going to be off to the right against the fence. Foul ball. 2-1 to Robitaille. Perucchio on deck. He's also had a nice day at the plate and behind the plate as Norton's catcher today. As number 9. Now Robitaille. She goes and gets it. Scooped up again by Cerrone. Long throw. Nice scoop there by the first baseman, Music, and another nice play by Cerrone. But Robitaille picks up another RBI. Tinkham scores. 2 down here, bottom of the 5th. Dufresne will be on deck as Perucchio takes position at the plate. Ball 1. So now score 9-5. Norton with a little more breathing room here. Coach Parker out to talk to her pitcher and catcher. Sets them up, and we're ready to go. So Houston will look in and try and get the Norton catcher out here. Number 9 in your program, Perucchio. Line shot, Savage almost with a beautiful play. Ricochets off to Cerrone. Nothing to do about it. A hot shot base hit for Perucchio. Now 3 hits for her today. It'll bring up Dufresne. Savage almost came up with that hot shot down there. Ball 1. On the second, Perucchio. Ball 1, 1-0. To Norton, second baseman. Portnova on deck. Swing and a miss. Oh, she might have tipped it. But strike 1 nevertheless. 1-1. It's high and away. 2-1. That one sails on her, so 3-1 to Dufresne. There's a strike. Count runs full. Two down here, bottom of the fifth. Strike three, swing and a miss. So Houston comes back for the K. We've got 5 in the books. 2 more runs for Norton. So they take a 9-5 lead as we go to the top of the 6th. All right, we're back. Top of the 6th. Tinkle will be facing Anderson, Houston, and Hall. Came in and blew Bellingham away in the 5th. Ball 1, little low to the right fielder for Bellingham. Walked, he's been on base a couple of times today. Tinkham rocks, fires, that one sails, 2-0. There's strike 1. Norton has hit that spot all day long, and it's been a strike all day long. So 2-1 to the right fielder from Bellingham. Just gets a piece. Hits it down the line. Foul. 2-2. Just reached out to hit that one. A little foul. That one's high, so count runs full. Don't want to walk the leadoff batter, so see if Avery can just groove it in there. She does. Oh, unhittable pitch. Another K. th K for Norton pitches today. Danubio had 8, and now Avery with 3. That's a pop-up on the infield. Looks like Donahue hauls it in for out number 2. So quickly, 1-2 down here in the 6th. Hall will be up, and Savage on deck if she can get on. Excuse me. Tinkham, that one sails. Ball 1. That's fouled off to the right. 1-1. Looks like a kid flying over there grabbed it. Strike 2. So 1-2 here. Crowd ready in anticipation. Change up, strike 3. Wow. So that's it. They throw down to make sure of the out. And that's the game as Tinkham comes in and slams the door shut. 6 straight outs to close it out for Norton. They win a battle. They win it tough at the end. 9-5. Hold on, we may be going longer here. Just got him. Nice play by Cerrone as Portnova grounds to short. And we are going 7 innings. One down here, the bottom of the 6th. So we were a little premature in ending it. Thought it was 6 games here, but nope, they're going 7. Strike 1 to Silva. Silva base hit and a nice play in the field. A nice catch with the bases loaded to end an inning. Followed by Nozelic and Hoffman if anyone gets on. That one, again, Cerrone scoops it up, long throw. Nice play, and she's been outstanding in the field. Back-to-back ground outs to short. So to bring up Nozelic, Hoffman on deck. There's a strike as Houston grooves that one. Ball 1-1. A little low, maybe inside. Center fielder here for the Lancers. Outside 2-1. Houston takes the mound, looks in, rocks, fires. 3-1 low. Nozelic trying to get out of here. There's a strike. Full count. Trying to get out with her 1-2-3 inning. She had one back in the second. Strike 3. So 1-2-3. Go the Lancers. We've got 6 in the book. We go to the top of the 7th. Lancers leading 9-5. All right, we're back for the top of the 7th. It'll be Savage, Noonan, and Cerrone to face Tinkham. Strike 1. No fooling around with number 34. Quickly ahead of her batter. Noonan's been on base 3 times. 1-1. 2 walks, a base hit, and scored a run for Bellingham. Tinkham's come in and put up goose eggs. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Oh, change up just misses. 2-2 to Savage. That's going to be Donahue. Hauls it in. So pop to shortstop for Savage for out number 1. It'll bring up Noonan. So both shortstops have been outstanding in the field. Oh, ball 1. 1-0 to Noonan. 1-1. So Noonan's been on base 3 times, scored a run. That's ball. 2-1. Savage had been on base twice before the last pop out to the shortstop. She had also scored a run. So Cerrone on deck. That's scooped up by Danubio. Fires over to first for out number 2. Outstanding play by the third baseman. Shows off that arm. Hauled in by Robitaille over there. That one hot shot to second. Scooped up. Fires and gets her. Outstanding play by the infield. And now the game is over. as Tinkham throws goose eggs for 3 innings and finishes it out strong. Outstanding performance by Norton, and a good one also by Bellingham. But Norton takes it 9-5. For NortonMediaCenter.org, we'll say goodbye till the next time.